What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am, and if you are, be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam. You're gonna have to interact with the girl that I ended up interacting with the other day, and it was just, very awkward situation at hand. Regardless, guys, today I have a video for you guys. My friend wanted to introduce me to somebody, and they brought a friend, and then that friend ended up saying that they hate poor people and think that they're disgusting and shouldn't exist. So, the night might have had a little bit of a mood swing, but hey, it is what it is. Regardless, guys, it should be a pretty fun video. So, without further ado, let's get right into it.
It's not good. Nice racking her ass Brazilian. Just turned 21, but my bank's a million. Swear I'm a little drunk, but it's a hell of a feeling.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so a friend of mine has been dating this girl for a while now, and he's getting to the point where he, wants to introduce her to all of his friends and whatnot. So he sent me a text and asked if I could meet him and this girl for dinner one night, and I was like, yeah, sure. So I go to the restaurant, and I sit down, and they're like, oh, she invited one of her friends, is that okay? And I'm like, yeah, I don't care, but sure enough, this girl walks in. I don't know her at all, by the way. She sits down, she introduces herself, everything's going pretty okay, my friend's girlfriend's pretty normal, everything's going fine, and then out of nowhere, my friend's girlfriend looks at her friend and is like, yeah, Ryan's a YouTuber, and, I am a YouTuber, and it's not like I hide it from people, but it's also not something I go around telling people I just met, not because, I think, it's a weird job. I'm really proud of my job, but for whatever reason, people just tend to be weird once they find out I make YouTube videos for money. And as soon as she says that, I'm a YouTuber, this girl looks at me, and the first question out of her mouth is, oh, how much money do you make? Which, okay, I understand I have a weird job and whatnot, but I don't know you. I literally met you 10 minutes ago, and the first question you have about my job is how much money do I make? So obviously, I kind of get a weird vibe, and I'm like, oh, I do okay, whatever. I'm just kind of trying to avoid answering the question because it's a very awkward question, and then even then, dude, yeah, I mean, I do well for myself as a 21-year-old, but I'm not gonna be famous when I'm 40, so, I kind of gotta make this money last, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of just, dodge the question. I'm kind of like, whatever. And she looks at me again, and she's like, you didn't answer. How much money do you make? And at this point, I laugh because I figure that she's kidding. But after a little bit of laughing, I look back at this girl, and she's just still staring at me like she's expecting an answer. And I'm like, look, I'm not going to answer that question. I don't really know you. And she, rolls her eyes at me and is like, so I'm guessing it's not a lot. And, it's not important, but it was just insulting. You know what I mean? Look, do I actually care that this girl thinks I'm broke? No, I guess I really don't. But it's just a very rude thing to say to somebody you're eating dinner with. So the table just goes very quiet after that, because I think even my friend's girlfriend didn't realize that she was about to go off that hard and press me about it. So whatever, everybody's kind of eating dinner, and the awkwardness kind of goes away. I let it go. I'm like, whatever, I'm just gonna try to have a nice dinner with my friends, because I'm already here. I'm already sitting next to this girl. It's not like I can get up and run away from the table now. I guess I could have, but that would have just probably been more awkward than toughing it out. So regardless, maybe about 10 minutes after I'm trying to make it more normal, she is just like, yeah, can I say something that I think you guys are going to be able to relate to really well? And this is the first thing she said since how much money do you make? The rest of the time, she's just kind of been sitting there silently listening to our conversation. And I'm like, yeah, sure, what is it? And she's like, am I the only one that relates to I just hate waiters? And everybody else kind of looks at her and is like, no, what are you talking about? And she just kind of starts going off about how waiters are just annoying because they're only being nice to you to get a tip. And my friend kind of looks at her and goes, yeah, that's their job. That's the point. And she's like, I don't know. I just hate when waiters are nice. What are you even talking about, bro? You hate when people are nice? Does that even make sense? Listen, I'm not saying saying that I expect waiters to pull out the red carpet for me, but yeah, I do appreciate when my waiter is in a good mood. You know what I'm saying? So she's just kind of going off about how people who like their job are annoying. And I'm giving my friend this look, and like, I don't know if you and your friends can do this too. Me and my friends can kind of communicate through like looks and glances, and I'm giving him the look of like, dude, this girl needs to shut up because she sounds dumb. And what was even more annoying about her too is beyond just talking about how annoying waiters are, she's doing it loudly. Like, she was one of those people that doesn't have the low temperature button, or the low volume button, not temperature. I don't know. She did seem pretty cold-hearted, to be fair. So we're just in this restaurant, and she's basically scream talking about how much she hates waiters. And of course, our waiter is like right there and hears it, so it's just awkward. So we finally get her off that subject. Our food comes, we're just eating, doing our thing. And the entire time that we're eating, dude, this girl is chomping with her mouth open. She's like talking with a mouth full of food to the point where you can't even hear her. Not even like somebody asks a question, you move the food to the side of your mouth and you're like, actually, like, no. She would just be mouthful of food. You guys, what's your favorite football team? Like, it was just so weird, bro. And I'm usually not, like, I'm not snobby about manners and stuff, but she was just rude about it, you know, just inconsiderate of everybody else. So I'm kind of like ready to get out of dinner. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to get out of here. Our food's been there. It was good. The waiter brings the check. I grab it just so that way we don't have to do the math about splitting it. I'm about to pay for dinner so that way I can just get out of here because this has been really awkward. My friend's girlfriend was very nice. I really hope that her and this girl are not as good of friends as he made it seem because she's nuts, and if she's super tight with this girl, then she might be nuts too, but anyways, I'm just ready to get out of here, but I paid for dinner, and I guess this girl took that as me, like, having a crush on her or something, because she looks over at me and goes, oh, yeah, sorry, but I don't really feel the chemistry. I don't think it's gonna happen. And I look at her, and I probably should have been more gentle, but I'm like, oh, no, that's not what I want to happen. Like, and I didn't mean it in an insulting way. I wasn't trying to zing her. I was just genuinely responding to her being like, oh, you're buying me dinner? That's cute. Well, I'm not buying it to impress you. I'm just trying to get out of here. So I'm like, oh, I'm not trying to do that. And then she's like, yes, you are. You've been trying to hit on me all night. Keep in mind, the entire night, I've literally been like gesturing to my friend about how annoying this girl is. I've been avoiding talking to her. I don't know what she's talking about. Apparently, in her head, I've been flirting with her all night. I don't like this girl. She's really annoying. So I'm super confused as to what she's talking about. So I kind of give her a confused look, which is what you do. And I'm kind of like, oh, okay. And I just keep my mouth shut. I'm not going to argue with her, but I'm just looking at her confused. And she's like, yeah, I don't really date poor people. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she says, well, you wouldn't tell me how much money you make. And usually when guys don't do that, it means that you're poor. So whatever, like, I just don't date poor guys. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, all right, more information I just don't care about. And she's like, yeah, honestly, poor people just disgust me, to be completely honest with you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she starts talking about anyone who's poor is probably, like, just lazy and stupid, just going off about how much she hates poor people. Keep in mind, in front of people. Like, I'm sure there are people evil enough out there to just hate poor people for no reason. I'm sure they exist, right? I personally, don't. My grandma's from Germany, first generation immigrant, so like I understand that a lot of the times it's not within people's control. Nobody's choosing to be poor. Nobody wakes up every morning and is like, I sure do love not having a stable income that can support everything that I want. Like, nobody's doing that. And she is just going off about how poor people are stupid and this and that, and I'm literally like rolling my eyes. So finally the check gets back after I've paid, and I just grab it and walk out. Like, I'm walking out as she's still going off about poor people. So as I'm standing up to walk out, she's like, excuse me, I'm talking, like as if I was the rude one for getting up and leaving, while she is just sitting here flaming poor people for being dumb and whatnot. So I look at her and I'm like, look, I'm leaving. I think what you're saying right now is insanely dumb, and I'm not gonna sit here and listen to it. And my friend's girlfriend is like, oh my gosh, as if I was being rude. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. And I just left. And I get in the car, and my friend texts me. He's like, I'm so sorry. That was such a train wreck. I had no idea, like, that her friend was gonna be like that. I'm so sorry. He was very apologetic. And then a number that I don't know texts me, and it's this huge apology, basically saying, like, I'm really, really really sorry. I've never seen my friend act like that. And it was from my friend's girlfriend, dude. Like, even she was flabbergasted at just how out of touch and insane her friend was acting, dude. Like, I'm sorry, hating poor people and calling them stupid when you don't know people is just weird. Like, I understand, obviously, I'm a little bit of a judgmental person. That's why my job is what it is. But yeah, usually I like people more than I like people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, usually it takes me more than meeting somebody once to know if they're actually annoying or not. But yeah, no, this girl from the moment she walked in was just so annoying. And I can't believe people like this exist, dude. Like, that's just gotta be such an empty existence, caring so much about money, especially when, like, you know, what's the saying? There's always a bigger fish. There's always gonna be somebody with more money than you. There's nothing you can do about it. So you just gotta find ways to be happy that don't involve money, because, like it or not, you're never catching up to Bill Gates. You're always gonna be taking it out of that guy. Seriously though, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, I would really appreciate you pressing the like button, letting me know in the comments section down below what you thought of the video, subscribing, turning on notifications, because I do post videos like this every single day. If you've made it this far into the video, if you wouldn't mind taking a second to comment the word poor or something down below, it just helps the video do better in the algorithm, and, you know, more views is better for me. That way, maybe one day I can be cool enough to impress girls who want to know how much money I make within the first 10 seconds of meeting me. Real talk though, guys, other than that, use code Scrubby at the G Fuel checkout. Check out the absolutely fantastic merch. Just look at this and tell me it's not fire. The Teespring link is gonna be down below as well. Scrubby Stories is my TikTok. I've been posting highlights on there. If you wouldn't mind taking a second to go check that out, I would appreciate it. Other than that, the Twitter is at Scrubby_69. The Instagram is just at Scrubby. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and hopefully I will see you guys all tomorrow with another video. I'm out. Peace.